We think Puxatawny Phil has seen his shadow, which means 6 more weeks of winter. Sure. Either that or it's Rocket giggling in fast forward. Nonetheless, it is Friday night, February 2nd, 2018. Happy Groundhog Day, everyone. Welcome to Teal Town After Dark, following a Sharks 3-1 win over the Columbus Blue Jackets, finally ending that streak of 4. Oh, thank goodness. I don't know what we would be doing without that loss. But nonetheless, hi, everyone. I'm Eric Curry. You can follow me on Twitter at PuckGuy14. Joining with me, the lovely, the talented Miss Rocket Backhander.
I must be jammed because jelly don't jiggle like that. Hey, all, it's Rocket Backhander. I think I got that wrong, but maybe I'm right. Who knows?
Who knows? But
good evening.
You know what's right? A Sharks win. That's what's right.
Yeah, that scoreboard's what's right, mother truckers.
Oh, we are having too much fun already tonight, folks. Nonetheless, if you want to be part of the show, and trust us, you always do, use the hashtag TealTownUSA on the Twitter machine. We'll get your comments throughout the night. Also, you can hit us in the YouTube page or on the app. Where the heck is my graphics not working? That's just lovely. Oh, well, you know what to do. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, YouTube, you name it. We have it. If not, let us know. So with that being said, I'm going to forget the graphic because whatever. Just enjoy the lovely and talented Rocket Backhander and the stuff that AJ wants to buy off of her.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Sorry, let me get out of the way.
No, you're good. You're good. No. You're totally fine.
Okay, so today I have a San Jose Sharks glass ball Christmas ornament. Ooh.
Ah.
Let's see. And then I found this guy at the Santa Cruz flea market, actually. And if you'll notice, he's wearing is this the crappy Wave uniform with all the orange on it?
No, it's the Reebok Edge.
This is the Edge. Okay, yes, he's wearing the Edge. No wonder I found him at the flea market.
No, jeez.
So I rescued you, Sharky. We're done for today.
All right, so let's talk about this game as the Sharks win 3-1 over the Neon Buggers.
Dude.
I know. Started off fairly well. I thought Columbus came out a little bit on the edge, and then San Jose took over, got a penalty, and Logan Couture, his 22nd on the year from LeBanc and Hurdle, 5:07 into the game, 1-0 Sharks. Kind of role reversal here, Rocket. They had Burns being the big butt in front of Bobrovsky, and Couture was at the point. What did you think from that?
I think this was a perfect placement. I mean, who else is going to match Joe who else is going to match Jumbo in size and, I don't know, ability to pass it to the net or to a teammate, but Brent Burns? The guy's got a hockey IQ that's probably, it's got to be at least 100% better than either a defenseman or a forward, because he does both. He's just a really, really smart guy, and his ass is huge. So, yeah, I think he's got enough smarts and enough good sense now to where he can play a responsible game and be put in that position without being overwhelmed with ideas and possibilities. He's like, this is my job and this is what I'm going to do. And he does a great job at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still miss Jumbo out there on the ice. So
yeah, no, it's still lost, but this game, this is where you see guys stepping up, and that's what you need to have. You know, whether it's LeBanc, whether it's O'Regan, who had a couple of chances on the night tonight, just couldn't bang it home. But Jones, even more so, you know, working out his kinks and such. He had a pretty good night as well. In that period, the come on NHL.com, it's just not working for me tonight. The Sharks shot 14 to the Blue Jackets 7. That's right. They put out twice as many shots than the Cannons. Second period started getting real interesting. Boone Jenner lowered the Boone. Sorry. At 4:30 to tie the game at 1-1. I know. From Atkinson and Kukan. Then on the power play, another deposit into the LeBanc for Kevin LeBanc.
Oh God.
Sorry.
Money.
Money in the bank.
Oh.
7th in the season from Pavelski on the power play, on the 5-on-3 for that matter. So the Sharks scored 2 power play goals on this evening. Rocket, hallelujah.
Finally, Sharks see some 5-on-3 action that is on the ice. I don't know what they do elsewhere, but like they're not getting it on the ice. And finally, the elusive 5-on-3 goal tonight. I love it. Also, the lone goal scored by the Columbus Blue Jackets. You know what? A lot of people are going to say, like, Jones should have had it, et cetera, et cetera. In looking at it, it was really super high. It deflected off of the super, super high post almost at the corner, right, like right there. And it had as even a chance of bouncing out as it bounced in. So I can't really sit there and pick him apart and say that he needs to be traded away or that Dell should have started this game because he let that one in. And for anyone who feels that I have, you know, some sort of teal tinted glasses on because of my affinity for this team, can suck a big fat wang. Okay, just suck a wang. I don't have time for you. I don't have time for your little petty games. Just suck a wang. Jones is the guy. Jones is gonna be the guy. It was just a fluky bounce. Jones is solid. All right, we cool. Glad we got the power play goal. Glad we got the other goal. And then those other 2 goals. Or was it just the other goal? Those other 2 goals.
Yeah. And that's
Sorry, I'm feeling saucy tonight.
No, Dave wants to know what's a wang, and I'm like, no, we're not gonna touch that one. We're not gonna go
woman
there.
Loves a particular part of a man so much that she wants to.
Okay.
She wants
Welcome
to form
to
it in
the birds and the
silicone permanently. And Mr. Stork delivers hand wrapped from China, direct from eBay.
Tracy Kelbaugh in the chat. The power play and the PK is looking solid.
It is.
It looks really good. I think they had a rough time against Detroit, but it was an albatross, I think. But nonetheless,
dude, Tyler Bertuzzi is a bum. I'm sorry. He fits right in with that Red Wing system. So the fact that they gave the Sharks fits doesn't make me any more surprised than the Griffins gave the Barracuda fits. And if you don't know who the Griffins or the Barracuda are, shame on you. That's all.
Absolutely. As I sneak in something. Yeah, I thought the power play was looking really good. They really didn't get a chance to set up on chances, but the PK looked good, and especially in the third period when Columbus had their I think it was their lone power play of the game. Yeah, when Ward took a bad call. I'm like, dang it, Wardo. Man, I feel for you, bud. But you know, Jones came up to task with getting a lot of saves. Definitely a lot of chances either way. In fact, Columbus outshot the Blue Jackets 14-9 in the.
Wait, did you just say Columbus outshot the Blue Jackets 4-9? How did they do that?
Columbus outshot the Sharks 14-9. Thank you, Rocket.
You're welcome, baby.
Ah.
For.
So, but nonetheless, the Jackets had a number of chances. They had, 3 shots on goal on 1 power play, which is, impressive as it is. But it's just like, okay, you knew they were going to come on strong, but thankfully, Jones was up to task, and it was one of those games, Rocket, where Jones has one of those 1 goals, it goes in, and then he's shut down.
Well, yeah, because, that 1 goal that went in wasn't soft. It was a weird, goofy, fluky bounce. So I think that it only kind of counted as half a goal. How's that? Yeah, I think tonight was, I think perhaps this injury that's been nagging Mr. Martin is finally healed up, or at least tonight he felt well enough to play like his normal old Zen Mr. Miyagi wax on, wax off self. And God bless him for looking like an even mix of his parents.
Oh, man. Yeah. And granted, Columbus is last in the NHL, like Sleepy Mofo's stating, so I wouldn't put too much into the special teams against CBJ, put them against a better teams that's average in those areas. For sure. That's true. I mean, Columbus was ranked dead last in the league, although, as they stated on the telecast, they had a power play goal in like 5 of their last 8. So, I mean, nothing to it. They were working it out, and one thing that was also mentioned when I was watching NHL Network today, Rocket, was I guess Blue Jackets coach John Tortorella had them watch the entire game and take notes before, I guess, in their last loss. I am for the Blue Jackets. I think they were expecting great things, and they started out gangbusters, but kind of reeled off as of late.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you anything about. You know what? If the Columbus Blue Jackets had come back from dead last because half the team got the plague and the other half died in a plane crash, I wouldn't have known. Okay, I have no idea about this team, and I really shouldn't sleep on them because what I saw tonight was a lot of speed and the ability to ride the line between finishing your check and getting called on a late check. Like, those guys have such a good system. Well, here's the deal. They've got good pieces because they're all fast as all get out. Like, I don't think I've ever seen the San Jose Sharks this year skate that fast, that hard for as long during any kind of game and not look winded AF. Like, they look like they could keep up with these kids, and they were really flying out there a lot. So these kids are fast. And the other thing I noticed is that they are physical. After, that first little altercation with Dylan and the little tried to, you're going to pull some stuff. All right, well, we're going to go pull some stuff on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
And that stopped it dead, which is what it should have. If you're going to pull the shenanigans, you better make sure you can walk your shenanigans on the scoreboard. But it just seemed like they were... they ride that line. Like, they really do want to finish their checks, so they try to wear the other team down with a mix of outright speed and just getting smashed all night. Smoosh up against the board, smoosh, late check, smoosh, finished hard, smoosh, double smoosh. It's like there's a lot of smushing out there, man. So everybody is definitely going home after Columbus Blue Jackets game. With a trainer dousing them in some sort of Epsom salts with a lot of analgesics and probably some sort of blood oxygenators, whatever they're called, to get them all healthy for the next incursion of hockey. But yeah, like it was that's what I got from tonight's game is even though they might be dead last or watching whatever with whatever, look, I've been sleeping on Columbus. I'm not gonna lie. So this was the first time I've actually watched them this season. I think even when they played here in Nashville, I was like, oh, I gotta do laundry. What's on Drag Race tonight? Yeah.
Jeez.
I didn't care. So yeah. But I do know that they beat the Leafs this year a whole bunch.
Yeah.
That was a really good LFR.
That was crazy. Oh yeah. We love the dangle. And this one we're not talking about Donskoy's dirty ones either.
But yeah. Like if you haven't, okay, look, if you don't ever watch anybody else, you should definitely watch Steve Dangle's LFR, Leafs fan reaction, especially if the Leafs lose.
Oh, yes.
I'm not saying I want the Leafs to lose, but I'm just saying when they lose, he makes everything a lot better.
Jeez. Yes. Anyhow, we want to welcome those of you. They had a quick post-game show tonight, so we want to welcome those of you who are watching Brownie and Bra, I guess is what we're going with as his nickname, to Teal Town After Dark. By all means, use the hashtag TealTownUSA. Also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, and the YouTube. So join the conversation as we look into the chat right now. Jessica is saying, I want PDB to try a kids line for the fourth line, but alas, who knows if he has the to give them a chance.
And the answer is no, he doesn't. He really doesn't. I mean, you've seen how long it takes him to trust Kevin LeBanc to finally like put him in the lineup for good, right? I mean, yeah, Timo Meier definitely need a little bit more cooking time because that's the kind of player he is. But even so, it was still a big trust issue with Pete to get him in the regular mix. He's gonna have a hard time. The more he's gonna let go of these veteran players that he knows, and he's gonna start dealing with these kids that he's really unsure of. Yeah. Maybe his relationship with Summer isn't that great. Like maybe they can't communicate between the two as to what they're trying to develop together in order to move through the program appropriately. Who knows?
And that's where, if that's the case, then they need to get on the same page. There's got to be more communication within the organization because they have to be developed properly. And no, I'm not going to get on my freaking drum for Osama right now. But for crying out loud, you got to get on the same page. You got to develop way better. I mean, I know there's not much in the farm system. In fact, the Barracuda signed 2 people today. We'll go over that really quickly in some news and notes before we get to the NHL wraparound. But I do want to go back to you. About that Brendan Dillon, Brandon Dubinsky confrontation.
The shenanigans.
The shenanigans. Right. I know. I mean, your boy plays hard, and he should feel hard. No, that's probably not how it should come out. But I thought that was quite interesting to see the little move that freaking Dubinsky did on Dillon, because we all know what a slew foot is. Mm-hmm. And I thought for sure that maybe this was like a stick version of that, and it looked really obvious. And what did you think of that?
No, here's the deal. Brendan Dillon has very, very long legs, a lot longer than I think people realize. Well, I watched people's bodies, and I definitely noticed he was put together like 3 different kinds of G.I. Joe Army men. Like he just didn't match. When he first came to the team, like I was like, oh, this guy's kind of weird. I like him. And he's got just a super high center of gravity. Okay. So I think if old boy had tried this on any other person, it would not have ended so dramatically. But because Mr. Dillon's legs are so long, and he's so high-waisted that it really did flip him over in a lot more dramatic fashion than I think Mr. Columbus Blue Jacket had intended. I don't think that there was any super malicious intent. He's just kind of a, I don't even want to say he's a
In the
goon.
heat of the
He's
moment, maybe?
I don't know. I mean, there's a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it. There's a code. There's a code out there on the ice. And if you need to get your frustrations out, then you do it the right way. You call your boy out, you drop the gloves. You don't do these little sneaky bullshit things to each other. So I can understand Dylan's frustration in that it definitely didn't seem, like it was part of the code. And I think that he probably is a little disappointed in that guy's decision, but ultimately knows that it's that guy's decision to make. And how that reflects on that other player, that's ultimately, that person's problem. It's not Dylan's problem. Dylan's game is Dylan's problem. So I think he's not even thinking about it anymore. I think that he's like, hey, the boys win. Yeah, whatever, that little thing. I still play a good game and I'm an honorable guy. Where's my beer? It's not a big deal. I don't think player safety is going to look at it. I think Brody was just trying to make a mountain out of a molehill for the sake of good television. That's all.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Another thing that happened in this game tonight, Logan Couture, I almost want him to get a full cage at this point. He takes another puck to the mouth, and Kevin Kurz just tweeted out 2 minutes ago, Couture on his mouth after taking another puck to the face. Quote, nothing came out, but probably end up having to do something when we get back to San Jose again.
See, like I told you, he has hundreds of thousands of dollars of stuff in he's like the $7 million man, but just from here to here, between his chin and his nose. And every time he moves, it's like, like you can hear it. So for him to be like, yeah, I can see why he's worried, because I don't think that the Players Association is going to play or cover all of that. Are they?
I would hope so.
I don't know. I have a feeling that they don't cover all of it. There's a lot of costs that I'm pretty sure Mr. Couture is incurring because of this injury, and for it to continue to be recurring is as detrimental to his pocketbook as it is to his time on the ice.
Bearded Sharks Guy 661, should Couture invest in a shark's jaw that will replace the teeth when they fall out? Jeez.
The answer is yes. The answer to that is a hard yes, bud.
Sleepy Mofo with Dude should carry his x-rays for his teeth when they travel, and
Burns should cover the dental bills.
Yes.
You're not kidding. I think that's fair.
I think it's very fair. Very fair.
I mean, Burns doesn't even have front teeth, so what the fuck does he care?
Yes, that's true. Yeah. All right, so a couple of signings from the Barracuda, mainly because the Sharks keep taking all of them.
But that's the circle of hockey.
Absolutely.
Unless you're Paul Martin.
Oh, damn. They signed Tyler Heinonen from the Kalamazoo Wings of the ECHL, and Sam Warning. We got a guy from the Quad City Mallards. Warning. So they're both forwards. They're both in their mid-20s. I've actually played with former members of the Sharks. They've played the Let's try that again, shall we? They've both played with members of the Sharks. Warning played with Michael Brodzinski from 2013 to 2015, and Heinonen, I got that correct now. Heinonen played with Sharks draft pick Jacob Jackson at Michigan Tech. So a couple of forwards to help out the Barracuda in the meantime, while yeah, we anticipate the Sorensen, O'Regan, Goodrow line. Just a matter of time before that happens. So get you up to date. But Rocket, I think it's time. I think it's time to go for the
full reach
NHL
around. Okay. You make sure you kept the stats.
Okay. In Minnesota, as they prep for Super Bowl 52, the Minnesota Wild are up 4-1 on the Vegas Golden Knights. AJ's favorite Golden Knight, Hollow, with his 20th on the season, is the only goal for the Golden Knights so far, with about 11 minutes to go in the third. Stahl, Coyle, Ennis, and Spurgeon, all goals for the Wild in this one. There were only 4 games in the NHL tonight, so in Pittsburgh, Penguins 7-4 over the Washington Capitals. The Penguins score 4 in the third period. They actually knocked out Braden Holtby out of this one. Ovechkin with 2 goals on the night. Malkin scores 2, as does Kessel scores 2 in this one. So the Penguins win tonight. In Carolina, the Red Wings beat up the Hurricanes, who didn't Cam Ward this bitch, by a score of 4-1. The Kaiser, Daly, Nyquist, and Helm, your goal scorers for the wing wheel. Sebastian, my mom's not a hoe, scored his 18th on the season on the power play there. And of course, we told you about the Sharks and Blue Jackets. The San Jose Barracuda are playing right now against the Stockton Heat. Let's see if we can get a score on that one. Will AHL load up? And it is, I know, great live streaming television here, folks. It is currently, come on. No score in the first period in Stockton between the Barracuda and Heat.
Apparently, AJ's little tweet was featured on the Brody and Curtis pregame show.
Yes, as to which whole celebration or song, and how was that? So the I guess he said he doesn't like the Nashville one. Was there one that you didn't like?
One what that I didn't like?
Like one goal celebration or goal thing, like Columbus is known for the cannon.
Right, which is amazing.
Yeah, which I think is pretty cool.
About the rock. That's so amazing. Unless, yeah. Actually, yeah. I can't stand Nashville. Because 90% of Nashville Predators games, when you attend a Nashville Predator game, basically you're just showing up to a Major League Soccer game, because 90% of the time it's just getting canned out of your mind and singing chants with like mass chants. So it's almost like this spiritual experience. No, it is a spiritual experience, intoxication induced, but spiritual nonetheless. And that's why people latch onto it so much in the South, like sports as much as church, because that's how they get their highs. I don't know, because they haven't discovered weed down here apparently.
Yeah. Wow.
Sorry, am I a little bitter tonight? I'm sorry.
No. Laurel, watch Rocket swig while Eric reaches around.
I know.
Wow. I'm glad I'm over here because I do not want to get in trouble with that.
Correct, Jerry. LA King's horn sounds like you get constipated. Train. This is true. I will also take a train with pleurisy.
Damn.
Yeah. Okay. Sleepy Mofo in the chat asking, speaking of Predators, thoughts on Mike Fisher returning. Why, yes, hold my beer. It's a cider, but regardless. Okay, so Predators make it all the way to the Stanley Cup final. Oh, what a heartbreaker against the Penguins. The Penguins, the goddamn New England Patriots of the NHL. Oh,
That's for damn sure.
you know, you just hold on. Oh, you guys missed that one, but I didn't want to burp. I didn't want to ruin the illusion for you guys. That one was good.
Wow.
I feel the heartbreak of those guys. And then Mike Fisher was like, okay, that's probably the best we're ever going to do statistically. I'm old. I think this is a good way to go out just on top of my career. The police did it. You know, they were at the top of their career when they're like, screw it. And they called it quits and just left. That's how I'm going to go out. So he left. Great. He left the show. Now he's at home watching home garden television, buying a kayak, you know, hanging out with his
Carrie.
country music western friend. Yeah, watching Carrie paint, you know, like just telling, no, hun, your butt don't look big in that dress. It looks perfect in that dress. Now take it off. Like, you know, like that. He just has to do that all day long. And then he's like going through NHL Network and he sees his boys just killing it out there. And even his old boys, James Neal, out there in Las Vegas, just blowing it up. And he's like, you know, that could be me.
Yeah, there's always that itch, I bet.
So there's another side to this.
Okay.
So while this is brewing in Mike Fisherland, meanwhile, the Predators are going, okay, so trade deadline's coming up. What do we got in the free agent? Oh my God, this is it?
Yeah.
These are our this is really what we have to. Hey, can someone call Mike and call Fisher? See what he's doing. Can someone see if he's kind of maybe wants to come play with us? Oh my God. This is it? Jesus God. We got rid of McLeod. We're not, oh God, no.
Yeah.
So I think it's a combination of both those things. So I'm not going to say like it's 100% Fisher being thirsty. I'm going to say it's maybe like 45% Fisher being thirsty and the rest of it being the fact that this year's trade deadline prospective pickup, trade, buy, sell, whatever is just abysmal. I wish the Canadian were here to either confirm or deny this because he's pretty much the only person at this point who I would care to hear their opinion about what I just said. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think it's I think it's a little weird out of nowhere in like February that he wants to come back and everything. I mean, I thought maybe he would have second thoughts about it and everything, but now it's February and hey, he'll be nice and fresh. I mean, I'm sure he's got to get his game legs going, but shoot, he'll be nice and fresh and ready to go.
They don't need him. It's straight up Marlowe coattails at this point.
Yeah, that's true too. That's true too. Although, and like you said, they don't need him. They're at 67 points. They're second in the Central, and they're in good shape. So, it means to be seen how things will play out with that. And let's look at the standings while we have them up right now. The Sharks use one of their games in hand tonight, so that will definitely play a little effect on it. Winnipeg at 69, Nashville at 67, St. Louis at 65. Over in the Pacific, the Sharks are at 62 with the win. Right now, Vegas did score, so they cut the lead in half in Minnesota. So it's 10 points if Vegas goes on to lose that game against the Minnesota Wild. Anaheim currently sits at 60. However, Dallas is at 62 in the first wild card. Colorado's second in the second wild card at 60. And then Minnesota will be right there. Actually, if Minnesota does win, they leapfrog Colorado for that second wild card. And then LA's at 59, Calgary at 58, Chicago at 55. Starting to run out of time for both Vancouver and Edmonton. And look at that, Rocket. Who knew Vancouver would have the same amount of points as Edmonton, even though Vancouver's played one more game?
Dude, who
this
knew
late in
the
the year,
Winnipeg Jets would be leading their division?
right?
Like, oh, hi Winnipeg, how you doing? Right? That just
Yeah.
is a little. That's great. I think it's wonderful.
Connor Hellebuck has been phenomenal for this team. Patrick Laine, and they're doing this without Jacob Trouba and Mark Scheifele. I mean, just think when those guys get back, that's going to be crazy. Nonetheless, it will definitely be whiteout conditions, barring a complete collapse by the Jets on Portage in Maine this April, which is always a fun sight. But if the playoffs started today,
kill yourself. Don't. No. The playoffs do not start today, and we're not going to start that game until after the trade deadline. Sorry.
All right.
Hold
Sorry,
on.
not sorry. Oh, okay. The angry squirrel. The angry squirrel chirping at me.
What that noise is, it's actually a squirrel call, like a wild game call. But we were using it as a ground chuck call.
Groundhog?
Yeah, it's a woodchuck call. Ground chuck, woodchuck, whatever. Same thing.
Jeez. Let's see here. Looking in the chat, did Fisher even train skate when he was retired? Maybe.
Well, I've heard he's been skating for a while. He's just been waiting for the team to give him a call, but he's been playing for several months now.
Insider info from Rocket Backhand on the Predators. Nice.
No, that's from. What would her name be? Her name would be like Priscilla Predator, or something.
Wow.
What would the National Predators version of Rocket Backhander be?
I kind of like that, Priscilla Predator.
My name is Priscilla Predator. And I'm here with the insider information that you will only hear on a San Jose Sharks hockey podcast.
Yes, there we go.
That makes so much sense. Okay,
Man.
Rob Amon in the chat. 6 more weeks of winter for Rocket. Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
Probably 6, maybe 7. Oh, you're not kidding. The weather around here sucks.
How was it today?
Barely dipped above freezing for a couple of hours while it was sunny, and then as soon as the sun dipped below the horizon, I mean, it was clear blue sky, it was beautiful. But as soon as the sun dipped below the horizon, every puddle in town froze solid.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm sorry. And meanwhile, we'll be in shorts for Super Bowl weekend out here. My God, it's crazy. I mean, they're already starting to trickle the thought of drought out here. So this is scary. Let's see. Let's see what else is there in the chat. A lot of Canadian teams will have cap issues coming up, according to Tracy. Can't Rob Iman in the chat? Can Winnipeg beat Smashville in the best of 7? Whoo, that would be
I don't know, but I'd like to watch who beats the shit out of who.
Yeah, that would be a good series. Hey, if you didn't see last night's Vegas Golden Knights and Winnipeg Jets game, that was a great game.
Yeah,
that was an awesome game. So, well, I think we've hit it all, my dear. Anything else we can you want to add on?
Is anyone I heard some hubbub about Gudis.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Did you see that?
Talk about some BS from other teams. That's a good one to hit. Now they're saying that it's a witch hunt.
A witch hunt for what?
They're saying that didn't he get suspended?
No, that's the thing. He did not get suspended,
Mm.
which I kind of found quite interesting. And granted, there's it depends on where you're determining where the what he was trying to do. I mean, obviously, he was trying to get back out of the play into the play, and here I just pull it up here on my thing here. I mean, it's tough to decide if he's going after a hit or trying to jump back to the point. Right here, he leaves his feet. Is
Yeah,
what they
no, I
call.
see that leaping thing. That's why? No, there's no reason for him to do that other than he just wants to Mr. Miyagi his way through somebody's body.
Yeah, so it was
Rude.
it
Rude,
was a
Gudis.
it was a 2-minute interference call. Obviously, Palmieri didn't return to the game. There was a fight afterwards with him and Travis Sajak, but apparently no supplemental discipline by the Department of Player Safety on this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh God, I had such high hopes for Paris taking over. Oh, that plane's crashed into the side of the dam.
Oh, big time. Yeah.
Oh, Sleeping Wolf in the chat. Gudis is this generation's Rafi. The answer is yes.
Yes.
He's got that scoring touch, and he's a headhunter that leaves his fate. Oh, we've got us a winner chicken dinner.
But yes, supposedly, yeah, it's a I'm just surprised. Like you, I had high hopes for Paris, and those have quickly gone away, unfortunately, and it's quite a bummer. So it is what it is, unfortunately, and I just hope. I just hope that the Department of Player Safety gets their act together real quick, because this doesn't belong in the NHL in my
That's
mind.
true. Jerry F in the chat saying, why else would he leap like that? My answer is maybe he saw a ghost. He was scared.
Well, then he should have called Ghostbusters. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you. I know. Let's see here. What else do we have?
Hey, what about that All-Star game next year?
Hey, you and I are both excited for this, and
oh my gosh,
Rocket's pretty much already packed her bags.
Yeah, I actually went shopping for Teal suitcases today. I am not kidding you.
Nice.
I am not kidding you. I am gonna come into town in 100p, 100p, head to toe, Sharks and Teal. That's it. That is it.
So it's been a while since I've helped you look for Teal stuff, but if you need me to help you out, by all means, I will definitely join you in on that.
Okay.
So
I appreciate it.
Of course, because Teal must be always. I mean, if we almost rival ourselves as to how much Teal both of us could really have in our
This is
own.
true. Yeah, I wish there were more people out there that were like down to share the enthusiasm,
right?
To reveal their Teal.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can find our tribe. Maybe.
Right? It'd be nice. I mean, here we are, Teal. You wearing a very nice teal hair. I you know what? The other day I did find a teal hairspray, so that's gonna be rocking big time as Rock takes a nice chug. What are you drinking tonight?
Oh, this is actually the cutest thing ever. Like, I am totally. So my boyfriend got this from I think he got it from Trader Joe's. I'm not sure, but it's this Henry Hotspur's hard pressed for cider. and I scrolled around to the back, and that's right, I said scrolled. It's 5.9%, pretty good. And it says a bunch of stuff. This will get you drunk. But then there's this other thing that says brewed and bottled by Hard Pressed Cider Company, San Jose, California.
Nice.
Oh, I mean, it doesn't mean that it was actually brewed and pressed in San Jose, but the company's in San Jose. So cheers to supporting local companies, guys, all the way in Nashville, Tennessee.
Nice.
Yay.
Nice. Yeah, Cherry, news broken by Teal down yesterday. Yeah, Hockey Jerk and a couple other sources. Thank you so much, for sure. Yeah, it'll be crazy. Everything NHL. I'm already trying to get money to buy tickets. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. If more than anything, it's not going to be too bad. I mean, I think AJ and I, when we did the announcement special, we saw tickets for the skills competition and the All-Star game relatively affordable. So, granted, the Amalie Arena is a little bit larger than the Shark Tank, but that would be nice if they were comparable to San Jose's next year.
Yeah, but my real interests lie in the mascot challenges.
Are we going to expect a slap bet part 2?
I don't care. I just want to hug everyone. Like,
right?
Yeah. Oh God, I love the NHL mascots. They are my favorite part of being a hockey fan. And I don't mean picking one or the other as being my favorite. Of course, the big dumb fish the big smart fish is always going to be my very favorite person in the fish in the entire world. But the 30 other mascots are pretty dope cool. Even the ones that they got to share with, other leagues and things. They're still pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. No, seriously. I like Thunderbug, Sabretooth.
There's a dragon.
There's Victory Green. How's Nash down there?
Nash is Nash, like when Nash looks at you, he's always looking directly at you. Like always looking directly at you. And in every photograph, he's looking directly at the camera. He never is aloof and coy and not really kind of as sassy as Sharky. He tries to be, and he's definitely got a lot of attitude. Oh, for sure. A lot of catitude, if you would.
Oh, nice.
His manicure is impeccable. Impeccable. The most beautiful periwinkle nail job ever that I've seen ever. Yeah, but still, I want to hug Hunter. My goals. You hug your fuzzy Wookiee. I get my ridiculously frightening Bobcat.
Oh, jeez. Oh, the Edmonton Oilers one, yeah. Oh, boy. What was I going to say? The Vegas Golden Knights did lose to Minnesota. They lose in regulation, so that's a huge plus for the
everybody
Pacific and the West. Yes, they are not invincible every night, folks. Thank goodness for that.
And didn't they just take the whole most wins ever by a team in their first year ever?
Yep. Yeah, they did that last night when they beat the Jets. They did that in 34 games in oh man, of course when it comes to Pacific Division, it happens to be the Pacific Division expansion team, and of course it's going to happen again when Seattle gets into the league, so that'll be quite interesting. Now Rocket, I know it's been a while,
yeah,
but I'm pretty sure you've. Oh, of course they got to play an ad. Yes, thank you YouTube so much.
Well, that's what YouTube does. They play ads because they need to keep everything free. Go ahead.
Okay.
What was interesting before?
I'm sure you've missed this little sounder, But after one period of play, Rudolph's ball source is 11th on the season from John McCarthy and Julius Bergman at 15:03 gives the Barracuda a 1-0 lead over the Stockton Heat.
I love that so much. That's the most exercise some of those people get in a week's time.
Arm exercises!
Dude, I love it.
Hey, if it supports healthy living, so be it now.
And you know what? It's not offensive. It's not like, I mean, if you want to go the douche roll with it, you can do this the whole time if you want, like to the other team. I hope I don't start a trend. I'm sorry.
Oh, boy.
Like, I like it because it's fun and it's positive. Like, it doesn't focus on other team, you suck, you're terrible, hey, you suck, woo, because I'm surrounded by that, and that whole energy is really, it just permeates everything. So just stay positive with your celebration, keep exercising your arms, Barracuda fans. I love every one of you for doing that. I do.
Right?
I do. Yeah.
All right. What else have we yet to cover? As I see everything NHL and Rob Iman apparently both live near me in Concord, planning to drive down together for the All-Star game, so that's cool.
Oh, how wonderful.
Or they're barding the Barry S and Ubering to the tank. Hey, by all means, do it, boys. Yeah, and everything NHL. There we go with the Crawford.
Crawford, yeah, exactly. Like, I'm tired of that. I'm so tired of that. The closest I will get to allowing that whole like negativity thing is in the tank just before the national anthem. Hey, so and so, you suck, because it still requires a particular amount of division, you know what I mean? You have to know which side of the arena you on. Are you on the hey so and so side, or are you on the you suck side? You know what I mean? So you have to have a level of awareness and sophistication in order to pull this particular chant off. It's not a chant. It's not an arena-wide gospel chant, if you will. So I think that sits right at the cusp of bad taste, but doesn't quite cross over the threshold. That's allowable, but that's it.
Yeah, that's true.
Of course the Sharks get in. Are you kidding me?
Hey, one thing we forgot to mention also, and this is getting quite a cool thing, because this is a huge accomplishment, and I wish I could do it. Shireen and Paul at Teal Girl 89 and at Sharks Fanatic 89, they completed the journey of going to every arena in the NHL. Tonight was their last arena to hit, Nationwide Arena, but they did it. I mean, 31 arenas. If you go through the hashtag Teal couple travels, it's actually pretty awesome to see all the arenas that they went to. So that's totally cool. How many have you been to, Rocket?
I think 3. Yeah, 3. I've been to Florida Panthers home barn and San Jose Sharks barn, and then Predators barn a couple of times now.
Nice. Yeah, definitely. Huge accomplishment to those two.
That's
Congrats.
amazing.
Right?
Do you know how many different kinds of hot dogs that is? 31 different kinds of corporate vended hot dogs these people have taste tested. If anything, these are the ones who know who has the best ladies' rooms.
Right.
These people know who has the most uncomfortable toilet paper. They want to know who has the all dressed. They want to know who has the poutine. I mean, these
Oh,
people have
Eugene.
such a future ahead of them as like the authority on NHL cuisine and culture insofar as in-game experience goes. I really, really hope they take advantage of this because this really could set them up for life if they publish like a book or two and get the right kind of, I don't know, who's that called? A right agent that gets them the right publicity and has people interview them and stuff and generate interest. Oh my gosh, yeah, they could set up their kids' college funds. They just need to play it right. But yeah, there's a huge market in that. I want to know who has the best, I don't know, the best regional food cart. Oh my gosh. Apparently here in Nashville, they just got a Doritos walking tacos stand at Bridgestone. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm curious to check that out because like their street tacos are shit here, but like I really want to try out the Doritos walkie tacos.
Oh
So,
my gosh.
yeah.
You're going to the game. What do you say? The
22nd.
The 22nd, and then
February 22nd. I have no idea how I'm going to get myself on camera or if I'm ever going to get myself on camera. But I'll try.
That would be fun. And then we'll definitely have you check in on the show.
Yeah. I'll try.
That'd be cool to see. I mean, hopefully they don't like, all right, get out right away like they do in some arenas.
Last call is 10 minutes into the third period.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that makes sense. That's about right.
Yeah, they close everything up and they want you to leave immediately after the game is over.
Really? That's a bummer.
It's this place is okay. So this is the thing I've learned about Nashville is a wild and crazy town before 10 p.m. You have to start drinking at noon. Usually, yeah, people around here on a Friday are shit canned by 1 p.m. I'll walk downtown and I can hear bars full of people screaming "Sweet Caroline" at the top of the. I know, surprising choice here in Nashville,
right? Of all things, Neil Diamond. When you're in the capital of
when you're
music.
drunk, you sing the song of your people, and the song of your people is Neil fucking Diamond. Okay. Half of the bar going "Sweet Caroline." They have da da da. You can hear it from 5 blocks away at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Those people are shit canned. They will be in bed by 10 p.m. and they will be awake at 6 a.m. in order to go to work the next day because they have shit to do. But like that's how they roll around here. Like they definitely party hard, but they do it within the right time frame. They do it within the adult time frame, not the we're gonna go out and at 10 p.m. and party until the bars close down at 6 and then after party and then just be like wasted and useless the next day. No, they use their time off the way that they should. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
also I've also learned that bourbon belongs in chocolate milkshakes.
What?
Yeah, that was my face too. They have this thing here called boozy slushies. They like to take like a Slurpee. It's something, it's a Slurpee. It's got the consistency of a Slurpee. Like if I say Slurpee one more time, take a shot. I'm sorry, you guys. So what you order something, there's a frozen version of a rosé called a frosé. I've seen bourbon, sweet tea. Let's see. There's, any kind of slushy you can think of. There's a bourbon or some sort of alcohol that goes with it, and they serve it at one of the several establishments here in town. And I've had maybe a good 10% of them. My goal this year is to get to 80%.
Nice. So so milkshakes or slushies or Slurpees are those blended drinks are the rage in Nashville.
Oh, sure.
Good to know.
Know. If you're a white girl, this is a place to have your bachelorette party. Day drinking frozen red wine or frozen blush wine. Oh my gosh, she's your girlfriend. Oh my gosh, Becky, you'll still be awake by 7. We get the early turnout. Yeah.
Wow. Well, good to know if I ever want to have a bachelorette party in Nashville.
No.
That's what to expect.
Don't do it.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think it's going to be possible anytime soon. All right. With that, final thoughts, Rocket, and where the people can find you.
Hi, what's up, everybody? I'm really sorry if I've been kind of bizarre tonight. It just blame it on the weird moon that's been happening lately, and the fact that I'm feeling super homesick lately. Like I miss San Jose, and I miss my dad, and I miss my family and everything. So I'm trying to make up for it by being ultra sassy and drinking lots of this Henry Hotspur's hard pressed cider. 6% alcohol, you guys. This is a great game tonight by the Sharks. I was impressed with how well the coaching did with guiding these guys through what to expect of the Columbus Blue Jackets. If I slept on them, I'm pretty sure everybody else has been sleeping on them too, except for Columbus and the San Jose Sharks coaching staff. Good for them. Power play, 5-on-3. A broken watch is right 2 times a day. So as impressive as this was for the special teams to get it done, number one, Columbus sucks. Number two, we suck. San Jose Sharks special teams are not the best in the world or even in the league. So I think it's a false dynamic, but still a great looking for the Sharks. And hey, whatever. Fuck it, we won. We won. And we should have won by one more. But who was it that bounced off of the empty net, Vlasic? Or Carlson. Carlson. Yeah, that sucked. Who does that? Bounces it off of the post on an empty net.
Oh,
that sucks. All right. So my name is Rocket Backhander. You can find me bitching about life in general, looking fabulous in teal, and exploring the bizarre landscape of Nashville, Tennessee on Twitter. Capital R, capital B, little Backhander 76, Rocket Backhander 76. Or you can find me taking photographs of said bizarre Nashville and also Teal and Sharks as I can bring it to you in this Nashvilleian lens. Rocket Backhander, one word, lowercase. You can try uppercase. I don't really know if it'll have an effect on anything. I've never tried that, but it is at least one word. Get all the letters in order, at least, kids. Do what you can. And
gotcha.
That's it.
All right. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at PuckGuy14. Final thought for tonight. Sharks needed this win badly, and they found a way to get it done. They found a way to be perfect on their lone penalty kill. Their power play looked really good tonight, and they got to keep it going. Hope Logan's Mouth is okay. Hope Brendan Dillon is feeling good and kicks Dubinsky's butt next time they get together. And Jones, keep doing whatever it is you're doing, dude. You are kicking some butt right now, and hopefully you can keep this going. Now we're into February. Nonetheless, if you've missed any of the stuff that we've talked about or want to watch this again, by all means, hit us up on the YouTube. Hit that subscribe button down below. Hit us up on tealtownusa.com for all that stuff. Felix drops one of his hockey takes on right before today's game, so go check that out. Felix, ciao. Love you, bud. Thanks for sticking with us all the way through. We will be back with you. A very rare Sunday morning game, and not just regular Sunday morning game. That's right. It is Super Puck 52. That's right.
What the puck?
Yes, because it is the Sharks. It literally is the Sharks' 52nd game of the season, and it happens to be on the day of Super Bowl 52.
Okay. Well, I'm down for that.
Right?
Yeah.
So we'll be back for that. It should be quite an interesting show, especially since everybody will be getting ready for the Super Bowl. But nonetheless, Super Puck 52 will be happening after Sunday's game against the Carolina Hurricanes, where we hope that we don't Cam Ward this bitch for sure. And until then, we will see you later, and keep it real and keep it teal and keep it real teal.
Nobody likes it moisty.
Good night, everyone. Oh my.